Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm your host, Tom Vassell.
And I'm here too.
That's right. And that is exactly what I wanted you to say. Welcome. That's a very creepy smile, but I will accept that. Folks, welcome to Board Game
Z
Breakfast.
Garcia. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Yes, welcome. Hit him, Tom. Hit him.
I got to say, folks, if you are going to watch this Board Game Breakfast, which happens every Thursday, the best time to watch it is live. Live is always a good time. And why do you want to watch it live? Because there's contests. There's more contests often than not these days. And today's contest is one of two copies for the new upcoming on Kickstarter right now, Kemet Blood and Sand from Madigo Games. Now, if you watch our show at all, you'll know that I talk about Kemet occasionally, as in I love it. And I'm very excited about the new one, new miniatures, new version of the rules, new all kinds of stuff involved with this one. So it's on Kickstarter right now. And we have a link to
Tom?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Dice Tower employees and their families are not allowed to participate in this contest, blah, blah, blah. Just kidding. If I saw your name come across, I'd be like, nope, re-roll the die. Anyhow, folks, you can enter this. It's really simple, and you have to enter it while we do the show live. And so you just email us at contest@dicetower.com, and in the subject line, put the word pyramid. Have fun spelling it, because I wrote it wrong and crossed it off, and I'm just not very good at spelling. And in the subject, put your address, and we'll have two winners by the end of the show. So you have the whole show to enter that. It's fun. All right.
Pyramid in the subject, in the body, your name and address, folks.
Yes. Why is it pyramid? Because this game comes with four-sided dice, and it uses them as pyramids, which is honestly the best way to do something with a four-sided die, because they're terrible at rolling.
That's right.
So
very nice, very nice. Check out the link below as well to see what it looks like.
There's more exciting giveaways and more exciting contests coming your way, and we'll talk about that almost soon. Alrighty, well, first in the news, this is our own news, but there's not a whole lot of other news out there, but this is big news. So we have combined, we did it last week with on my live chat with Scotland from Board Game Geek. We announced a virtual gaming con with Dice Tower and Board Game Geek Con. Now, we're doing this for a couple reasons. One, we wanted to give something to the folks who signed up for Board Game Geek Spring and for Dice Tower East, and give them a place to go online and play games, but also for everybody. So we're going to be using a website, and the details are coming very soon. But if you're in one of those, if you were signed up for one of those conventions, you get to go for free. For everyone else, there will be a nominal cost. And it's a website that you'll be able to go to, and you'll be able to say, okay, I'm going to play a game on Zoom. I'm going to play a game on my iOS. I'm going to play a game on Tabletopia. And you play games, and then people can sign up and play those games with you. And there'll be Discord chats. It will be an organized way to find people to play games online. And in fact, for everybody coming in to do this, Tabletopia will be free that week for everybody to play on it. And everyone from the Dice Tower, we're going to be around. I'm going to run a werewolf game. I'll probably do a game show. I might play Cosmic Encounter. I don't know everything I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do some fun stuff online. And it will be like a game con, as close to a game con as you can get, on the internet.
Right.
Z will show up for one game, but it'll be a solitaire game, and you can watch him.
Mm-hmm.
But only two people.
Just two. Yeah, you distracted me otherwise. All that breathing. No, I'll be hanging out too. I'll be doing my thing. I'll run some games. I'll join games. I'll be around. It'll be fun, folks. So make sure you tune in for that. Check it out.
All right. Then the following week, so that's the last week of June. The following week, June 30th to July 4th, is the Dice Tower Summer Spectacular. These are two different events. The first one is the playing games part of a con. We just go in and play games with people. This one here is just us doing some pre-recorded, but lots of live games. We have 5 top 10 lists scheduled in a row. Let's see, who do I have confirmed? We have Sam Healy's going to come back and do one with us. The Elaine and Efka from No Pun Included are going to be joining us. Eric and Mandy are going to be joining us, and probably Suzanne. We're still working out the details on if the times will work out for everybody. And I got 2 other top 10s, but I'll be announcing the guests for those as time goes by. We're going to have contests all throughout this, including a contest that you will be surprised. Well, maybe I don't know if you'll be surprised, but I think it's a pretty cool contest. And you'll see some games that you haven't seen yet, some new games and stuff. So I'm hoping that this will be an exciting time, and everything will be live or pre-recorded, but either way, you'll be able to watch it after the fact if you can't make it live. So that's that. I'm excited about both of these.
Yeah. These are going to be both of these are going to be big things, folks. So make sure you are joining us for those. This is a big celebration, and one big thing after another too. So if you're into gaming, if you're watching this is for you. By the way, you want to be there. You want to hang out with us. You want to celebrate. Again, celebration spectacular is what we're going with here, and we mean for that to be true. So make sure you are part of it.
I should also mention the Dice Tower Awards will be announced during that time. And we have an announcement about the Dice Tower, which will be both shocking and surprising, and yet when it's over, you'll go, "Oh, that makes sense." So we'll save that announcement till then. I've managed to keep it secret now for several months. All right, let's go to other news. SpyCon is dead. Long live SpyFest. Well, so the Hobby World made a game called SpyCon. I've already reviewed it, actually. And Cryptozoic's bringing it to America, but SpyCon is already trademarked in America, so they're changing the name of it to SpyFest, which I think is fine. SpyFest, I think, is almost a better name because it's more unique.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
I like SpyFest, yeah.
It was supposed to come out at Gen Con, but it will come out soon, which is the way everything is coming out these days. All righty, let's continue on here. We have... The next thing here is we have a game. WizKids is bringing us the English version of a game called Cedars. This is from Serious Exodus. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The whole game's called Cedars from Serious Exodus. Sorry, that was a confusing name. It's a very
good title.
Well, we're just gonna call it Cedars. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because we can't call it Exodus because I think there's 2 or 3 other games that already have that word in it.
Right.
But on the box, the word Exodus is the biggest word, which I thought that was dumb. Is this based on I guess it says it's based on a transmedia. What's transmedia? I mean, like through multiple forms of media?
It must be a book and maybe a comic. Maybe they made a TV. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what this is. And I'm guessing this is the English version of something because this content must be maybe German, maybe from somewhere else. So that's interesting. It doesn't say on here. I don't think I see it on here that where it says where this originates from, but it looks cool. I like the sci-fi vibe going on. I like the look of that board, the look of the cards. Very colorful.
Yeah, I like the way it looks. I'm a little worried because it says it's the first of a proposed 10 games, which I'm telling you can't just make games happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
There's so many vibes of this. Like, there'll be a series of games, and they'll all be fantastic. You make me one game at a time, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, still, this looks cool. All right. I don't know how to pronounce this. Gudetama, the Tricky Egg card game. This is coming from Renegade Game Studios. And they say here, the adorable, quirky trick-taking game. Now, real briefly, the trick-taking game of this is basically there's a bunch of trick-taking games with cards 1 through 14, and you're trying not to take the last trick. Okay, fine. The artwork for this game is disturbing.
Talk about it, Thomas. Tell me something good. What am I looking at?
You're looking at a fried egg that is both.
This is like
I don't know what to say.
It's looking at me like, am I a yoke to you? And you know what? Yeah.
I hope the game is good. I like trick-taking games. That's just really. That's like one. If they're ever making like a top 10 weird game covers, this is already on that list, right? just makes it there automatically.
This is very strange. Hey, another trick-taking game, I'll take it. But this is a bizarre cover.
All I know is that tomorrow when my wife says, "How do you want your eggs?" I'll be like, "Scrambled, forever. I'm never eating another fried egg again."
How do you want them like this?
She kicks me out of the house. All right. So, Don't Get Got is coming from Big Potato Games, Working from Home Edition. So, Don't Get Got, which is the title of a game that in the studio here we have said many, many times. We just shout, "Don't get got" at each other. I don't think anyone ever actually reviewed the game. But the game itself is one of those games where you have a card that says, like get somebody to say the word, balloon or whatever. Right. And if you accomplish these goals, then you get a point. So this is the same thing, but it's now working from home, which means if anyone sends you a weird email, they're probably playing this game. Or at least that will make you feel better about the weird email you just got.
Got it. All right.
All right. We've already talked about the Spiel des Jahres nominees, but one of the jury members explained why some games go to the Spiel des Jahres and others go to the Kennerspiel. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was interesting. I read what he said. He talked about the crew in particular because a lot of people said, "Oh, it's just a simple trick-taking game." And a lot of people play trick-taking games. Although I would argue that our modern generation doesn't play them as much.
Sure.
But he says he talked in here why there was a lot of ideas here about getting rid of cards and cooperative, and it has an unusual thinking process. Therefore, it was more tricky, and that's why they put it in the Kennerspiel. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing to read. I like when somebody explains things like that, and instead of all these people sitting around talking about why the committee picks what they pick.
Yeah, it's good to hear their logic and thinking through on these, just to get some background information on how they work it all out. That's great. It's a nice read.
Now, some very happy news for me. Once again, proving it's Vassal's Law. We have the U.S. publisher 25th Century Games is reprinting King Tut. Or actually, say it, Z.
Tutankhamun?
Yeah, okay. I can't pronounce things. Anyhow, this game originally came out from Out of the Box Publishing. And it's a pretty light game. And you're just moving. There's a whole bunch of tiles that are put out in a row. And you move your piece as far as you want to, collecting these tiles. And you can move ahead as far as you want, but you can never go back. It's basically that mechanism, and that's the whole game. Yeah. But it's fun and light. The components were okay for Out of the Box Publishing, but the new one looks a lot prettier. And this is a pretty solid game. It came out in 1993 originally from Amigo. I never saw that version, but I did play the 2004 Out of the Box Publishing one.
Right. Yeah, I used to own the Out of the Box one, and I'm actually surprised this came back into print. This was a nice game, like you said. I thought it sort of took that one mechanism that other games have borrowed, and that's all it was. Really, it's a very simple set collection game. All it is that. How far ahead do you go? So I'm surprised to see it come back, but I guess it is Rainer Knizia, and that's a cool-looking cover. That should be enough. Not that I'm knocking it. I think if you haven't played, you should try it. It's a quick, fun little filler. Very simple set collection.
Speaking of Knizia, there's another game from him, Phantom Seas. This is from Simply Fun, a company I did not know existed still.
Wow. Okay. That looks like a new logo for them, for Simply Fun.
Well, you know what? Now I'm actually going to, I'm very curious. I'm looking at them up online. Yep, simplyfun.com still exists. So what Simply Fun is, actually, what Simply Fun was, I don't know how much it's changed now. It was essentially the Tupperware of board games. I would show up at your house. I'm the Simply Fun representative. I bring a whole bunch of games. We have a party. People play them. Then you can buy the games afterwards. You could sign up to be a Simply Fun representative. They were an offshoot of a company called Uberplay. Uberplay went out of business, but Simply Fun has still stuck around a decade after Uberplay is gone. Mm-hmm. Most of the games are really, really light. They're the kind of games you can just set up and play really quickly. Although there's some quite good ones. One of Z's favorite card games, Drive, was published by Simply Fun.
Right.
And there was that dog walk the dogs was a good game. There's some good games in there.
Yeah, that's
So
some
anyway,
good stuff. And they reprinted some neat stuff. Alan Moon games. They reprinted a very popular puzzle game, but they were definitely geared at families. Yes.
I wonder how this works now, right, with the quarantine, these games. I know my wife has already managed to go to 2 of these kind of party type things that using Zoom, right? So I was like, oh, they're still going to get me with these parties and how much money costs. Although board games might be a little trickier to do that. But anyway, this is Phantom Seas. It's getting treasure, but avoid a pirate ship in the middle. I'm assuming it's a very light game coming from Simply Fun, and I'll try to hunt down a copy of it.
Well, I assume maybe you're asking, how they operate now. I assume that they're not doing what they normally do. Hence, we're hearing about this through this means. You haven't heard about a Simply Fun game in ages because they were doing their thing. Maybe they are now drumming up interest because they know they cannot do the usual MO. Got
it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. The Op announces another game. This is their second game based on The Shining. All right. And this here, so we already talked about Scooby-Doo, Escape from the Haunted Mansion, which is in the Op's version of, it's called Coded Chronicles. This is from the design duo of Jay Cormier and Sen-Fung Lim. So now the second title in this same line is Escape from the Overlook Hotel. And so you are in the role of his wife and son, and you have to work together to get out of the resort before he comes by and says that he's here.
Where is he?
He's here.
And who is it?
Johnny.
Johnny. Here's Johnny. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Maybe it's okay sometimes to just touch a joke and not just dive into it.
I don't think so.
Wallow it.
Not from you. I love this cover, by the way. This is a really good-looking cover.
It really is. So it's hard for me to talk about the Coded Chronicles game when we haven't played the first one yet.
Yeah.
So I know the first one, I had thought I would have it by now. I know it's in the mail or something, but this sounds interesting. The idea of 2 people working together to get away from him, that sounds like it could be a tense, fun game, right?
Yeah.
You got to get out before he gets you. All right.
And I like those designers a lot, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Ultra Pro. There's a new game from them, Ascension Eternal. This is a 2-player introduction to the world of Ascension. They already had one called the Apprentice Edition. This is a replacement for that. And as you can see, as we're showing you both boxes, it's not even close to which one's better. Or at least in my opinion, I guess.
Really? What do you mean? It's the same stuff.
The new box looks way better than the old box.
I guess. It's just,
You can't see a difference between those 2 boxes.
Yeah, I can see a difference. Sure. Come on, geez, Louise. They're still coming out with a new. They're replacing one of their very own products at this point. These guys have made 82 versions of Ascension at this point.
And I played them all. All right. All right, last couple announcements are from GMT. They showed the cover of the new Imperial Struggle. This is the sequel to Twilight Struggle, but takes place back at France and Britain. And so they're going back and forth amongst each other. I'm very excited about this one because I like Twilight Struggle so much. And while Jason Matthews has gone off and made other games, his co-designer, Ananda Gupta, as far as I know, they haven't collaborated since. So it's neat to see them come back together. I'm pumped about this. This cover is a little busy for me, but like the Twilight Struggle, I still think is one of the best covers ever made. It's stark. It shows the Cold War like with just one image.
Right.
And this is like the very opposite of that. It's all cluttered up. But maybe that's
I like
the whole point.
look a lot. I like this. It looks like it's got a Vincent Dutray vibe to it. I don't know who the artist is, but it's got that vibe to it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's a good cover. The purple's nice, that royal purple on the outside.
So way back in the day, Jeff Engelstein was a contributor to Dice Tower, but now he's apparently a famous designer because they also announced Versailles 1919, Mark Herman, one of the most renowned war game designers there is, and Jeff Engelstein working together to make this game a political negotiation game. This is actually fascinating. I don't think Jeff has worked with GMT before.
Mm-hmm.
Someday we'll be like, we knew him when he was not super famous. But it's cool. It sounds like an interesting game. I tend to like GMT's non-war games, like the ones that skew more political, like Twilight Struggle and things like that. So I'm pretty pumped about this. There's a lot of history in this game too. So it sounds exciting, and we'll have to wait.
Cool.
All righty. Well, that's the regular news. Let's find out what else we got going.
You know, while I was riding my lawnmower, mowing the lawn, I was thinking about what type of mustache wax to buy. And then I thought, how cool would it be like one of those World War I pilots and those open biplanes, you know, with the two wings, one on top of each other, or the three wings like the Germans had, and, you know, with my mustache flying in the wind, and my scarf in the back. Well, dream no more. 4 Sage Games, An Age of Dogfights, World War I by Predrag and Dragan Lazovic, a father and son team. And the dad, I don't know about the son, but the dad is an aeronautical engineer. On Kickstarter right now, no, I'm not getting paid for this. Yes, he sent me a prototype copy. I love the game. Read 10 minutes of the rules, he's got like a summary of the rules, and you're off and playing. So let's see what comes with this game. You get 3 mounted boards, 4 extension boards, 54 plastic pieces, those are the airplanes, 100 plastic altitude stands from level 1 to level 5. Each plane comes with a stat board. That's country of origin, Germany, name of the plane, stats, and how many of those planes you get. And this stat tells you got 2 fixed machine guns. What do I mean about fixed machine guns? Well, they're fixed on your plane. So if you want to shoot someone that's over there, you gotta aim the plane. So you gotta turn the plane. Why are you making those stupid noises? Because it's a plane game. You gotta make noises like a plane. If I was playing a tank game, then it would be more like... You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you're saying. This tells you that plane number 10 has 7 shots he can fire. And this tells you he can go full throttle 4 times. 7 shots? 4 times? What do you think this is? An F-22 Raptor? Man, it's a World War I plane. The Wright brothers are probably still alive. Man, it's like comparing this to this. What are you saying? Well, the hippo's probably more dangerous. But the lion looks cooler. And in some missions, you go on reconnaissance, hence the camera icon. And you can bomb too, but you only have 1 bomb. But you got rear-firing machine guns. Ooh, rear-firing machine guns. What's next? Throwing paper clips up in the air so you can jam the engine? What's a paper clip? Look, this is a World War I game. There are not many World War I games. There's this, and this, and this, plus this, and that, plus this, and that. And a signed copy of this. So look, build some memories with your children. Have some fun. Take someone down.
Hello, and welcome back to Retro Board Game Corner. Here I have All the King's Men, published in 1979 by Parker Brothers. This is a 2-player chess-like game in which you're trying to capture the opponent's king. Let me set this up and show you how it works. This is what the game were to look like set up. You're going to set up your 7 archers here on the front row, 2 knights here, a king, and 2 more knights here. Your archers can only move 1 square at a time. Your king can only move 1 square at a time, but your knights can move all the way across the board as long as they don't run into another player. On every turn, you will move 1 of your playing pieces. Now, it depends on what square you're on to see which way you're going to move. If you're on this square, you can either move up or down 1 square. If you're over here on the center square, you can move left, right, up, down, and even diagonally. To capture a playing piece, all you have to do is end your turn on that other person's square, and then that playing piece is captured. Whoever can capture their opponent's king first will win the game. So as you can see, this is kind of like a watered-down version of chess with a little bit of a twist, depending on what square you land on, dictates where you can move for your next turn. Plus, the knights are very powerful in this game, and you have 4 of those. Well, that's all the time I have for now. If you have a comment below, or you can tweet with me at RetroBoardGamer. And as always, may your rolls be high.
Alrighty, everybody, we're going to jump right into this. We got a game. It's you all versus Z Garcia. But before we jump into this game, I want to say there's a contest going on because there's now 500 people watching, and you can enter this contest right now. So all you have to do is email us at contest@dicetower.com and put in the subject line pyramid to win one of 2 copies of the Kemet Blood and Sand from Matago. Fantastic game on Kickstarter now. And in the subject, just put your address, and we'll announce 2 winners by the end of the show. Now, let's see if Z can be a winner. We're going to play the same game we did last week, but I've changed the point scoring. So the way this game works is I'm going to put a poll into chat. I've just popped it in there. Oh, wait. This is making me sign into chat? Fine.
I shall win because I don't have to sign in, baby. Here we go.
I don't. That's weird. Well, I don't know why I was sounding. Okay, anyway. So there's a poll here, and then there's 6 answers to the poll, and everyone will vote on them. And then Z is going to try to guess what got the second or third most votes. Okay. Because his window is much more dangerous now. If he guesses the number 1 answer, he gives the people a point. If he guesses the number 2 answer, he gets 4 points. Okay. If he gets the number 3 answer, he gets 2 points. But if he guesses the 4, 5, or 6 answer, he loses. He gives you 2, 4, and 7 points. I've also
7.
I've also worked really hard at making them so that there's not an obvious first answer. Basically, I'm trying to weight the game as much as possible so that Z will lose.
All right, I got you.
So today's
I think what you should do is not give me points for third place either. And maybe for second place, 0 points. So the best I can do is no points given or taken.
All righty. Well, here's the first contest, which there's already 100 people voted in this one. So we're on point here.
Here we go.
So today we're talking about things that annoy you. So here we go.
Here we go. How do you spell vassal again? Is it 1 S?
What's the most annoying of the following in a game? So choice 1, the cards are not all cut the same size. Number 2, misspellings on the cards.
Oh my goodness.
Number 3, missing rules in the rule book. Number 4, missing a critical game component.
Okay.
Number 5, tiny text on tiny cards. Number 6, no player aids.
Okay.
Which of those do people find to be the most annoying?
All right, well, there's a few that you can fix after the fact, and those I'm going to assume are the ones that are going to make it to the bottom. Things like missing rules. Someone's going to find that. They're going to put it up online. That's going to be my 5, so I'm not going to pick that because no player aids is the first one that gets fixed to the point that people don't even consider it a problem anymore in games. They're like, so what? There isn't a player aid, at least when it comes to my reviews. Yeah, I know who you are. I'm sorry. They should have put player aids in there. I digress. That's going to be 6. That's the one everybody's apparently okay with. Now, tiny text. How can you put another poll up asking the audience how old they are? Can you help me out with this one?
You want to know stats on who's voting here, is what you're saying.
Tiny text is going to be my 4, I think. And then missing components, misspellings, and cards cut. That's the top. For me, cards cut erroneously. That's 1 for sure. It's a massive gap. So that's 1. And I'm thinking misspellings are then 2, maybe 3. I'm going with that. Misspellings on stuff. I hate it. I hate it. That's 2 or 3. Let's do it.
So you're picking misspellings. All right. The number 1 answer with 64 votes as of me reading this, is missing rules in the rule book. People really hate that, apparently. That's my number one of these by far.
Really? Oh, my goodness.
Right. Number 2, this is the one that would get you the most points. Missing a critical game component.
All right.
All right. Number 3. You said this was number 1. Actually, cards all not cut the same size. 32 people voted for that. All right. So you are giving the people points. Let's see how many you give them. Number 4, you would give them 2 points. If this is it, tiny text on tiny cards.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 5, 4 points. No player aids. And number 6, misspellings on the cards. Only 3 people out of 172 voted for it. So the people get 7 points.
Are you kidding me?
I love this game.
So they're okay. Right. They're more okay with misspellings than missing a player aid. Someone made a player aid. You can't reprint the cards and have them match the other cards. Oh my goodness. No, I can't. I can't deal with these humans.
I'll give you an easier one here. All right. This one's not about annoyance. I just was thinking about it because yesterday the new HBO Max streaming service started. That's right. Adding yet another big player to the market. They have a lot of cool stuff on it. Mm-hmm. But I said, if you can only have one streaming service, which of these would you choose? We have Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, or none of the above. About time I added that option there, right?
Disney, Hulu, Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Amazon Prime.
And none of the above.
None.
So you're trying to go for answer 2 or 3 here.
There's a whole lot of hipsters right now who I know are like, none. I like reading. No, you don't. Okay? Your TV sucks. You need to get a new TV. So none's gonna be somewhere in the middle of the pack. I know it. Now Apple TV Plus, that's the bottom, baby. That's the last answer. I'm sorry. Nobody's watching that stuff. And if you are, you got it for free.
Oh.
So that's going to be 6. None is going to be, I think Amazon Prime is going to be 5. None is going to be 4. And then maybe Hulu. Hulu's down there too. But I'll say Hulu's 3. I'll say Disney. People are loving their Disney. That'll be 2. Netflix is 1. I don't think Disney's going to make it all the way up to 1, but it shouldn't be lower than 3. So that's what I'm going with. Disney Plus. The streaming service that keeps you waiting.
This one wasn't close at all for number 1.
We have
167 votes of me saying this, and 114 of those picked Netflix. So you're right on that. Number 2. Oh, it was close, but you were off. Number 2 is Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And then Disney Plus is number 3. So you got 2 points for Z in this one.
All right.
If you do this for the next 4 questions, you will win.
All right. So 7-2 so far.
So that number 4 was none of the above. You're right. Then Hulu. And then Apple TV got 1 vote. So. All right, but here's the problem, Z. Here's the problem with the next poll.
Yeah.
In the next poll, I'm allowing people to vote, and for the next 4 polls, people can vote for more than one answer. So just keep that in mind. We're back to annoying things.
Oh, yeah.
So people can vote here. Which of these is the most annoying song? So here we go. We got Barbie Girl. Who Let the Dogs Out?
In a bar. Who let the dogs out? Who?
We got Bop. Anyhow, why is no one voting on this one yet? Actually, I'm a little confused on this.
They're all looking up these songs. Everybody's scrambling for the mute button.
Huh.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to keep going while I'm looking for why there's the votes. Okay, we got Tub Thumping.
I get knocked out, but I get up again. That one? Yeah.
Yeah. Then Afternoon Delight.
Okay.
Hang on,
Afternoon Delight.
I got to put the link in there again. Maybe it didn't post. All right. And then Achy Breaky Heart.
That one I don't know.
All right. Ba ba na na, my achy breaky heart. Anyway, I went online and looked for the. I just put the poll link again. Is it getting hidden? No, that's not. All right. Poll link is up. So people are starting to vote here. Remember, people can vote for multiple ones here. So the most annoying song: Barbie Girl, Who Let the Dogs Out, Bop, Tub Thumping, Afternoon Delight, and Achy Breaky Heart.
All right. As far as I know, Afternoon Delight is not necessarily considered an annoying song, is it?
Well, I put in most annoying songs on the internet and pulled up a big list of them, and it was on the list.
All right.
And it does have that na 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 Afternoon Delight. No one knows the rest of the song.
I do. Gonna have my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna, That's gonna be 6. That's gonna be 6. Achy Breaky Heart that I don't know anything about, that's gonna be 5. And then of the other ones, I'm going from the bottom here. There's a lot of residual hate for Bop. So I don't know. Tub Thumping is gonna get 4. Bop, I'll give 3. Barbie Girl is gonna get 2. And I think Who Let the Dogs Out is gonna get number 1. So I'm going with. I don't know. Barbie Girl might just bother people, so I'm going with Bop. Bop. Blah, 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 blah. Bop.
All right, well, I'm locking it in here. So at this point in time, number 6, the lowest ranked one, is Tub Thumping, actually. Only got 23 votes.
But I get up again.
Number 5, Afternoon Delight. Number 4 is Mbop with 47 votes.
Come on.
So that is another 2 points for the people. And then number 3, we have Who Let the Dogs Out. Number 2, Achy Breaky Heart. That was the one to pick. The one you haven't heard of, apparently. And then number 1, 97 votes for Barbie Girl.
Why is everybody hating on Aqua? Aqua is an amazing band.
All right, the next one here is in real life. If these were existing in real life, and again, people can vote for multiples, which of these would be the scariest in real life? So these are typical movie monsters. We got vampire, werewolf, ghost, mummy, zombie, and mad scientist. Which of these would be the scariest in real life? Vampire, werewolf, ghost, mummy, zombie, and mad scientist.
First of all, 2 of these are real. All right, let's start there. Mad scientists are real.
Well, that's true, I guess. What's the other real one?
Come on, you really have to ask?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Ghost mummies, man. Look, ghosts are real. Mad scientists are real. It's all the other ones I'm not so sure about. And I have a sneaking suspicion about mummies. There's real mummies, but they just don't, I guess, move around a whole lot. I've seen mummies, though. Scariest if real. I still say werewolf is like the creepiest idea, the most gross, the most terrifying. I think that's the scariest.
All right.
Could you imagine just hanging out with a buddy and like it's late? He's like, I gotta get home, man. You're like, yeah, all right, we're going, man. Oh, we hit traffic, and your
he's
buddy
in the car.
Yeah, he's in the car with you, and you're like, man, what is it? It smells like wet dog all of a sudden. What's going on? It's like, blah! That's terrifying. I mean, you will never sleep again, likely. That's 1. Zombies, that's 2, I think. Vampire's gonna get 3. Mad scientist again. Who cares? That's 6. Then mummies and ghosts. I don't know. Mummy's gonna get 5. Ghost is gonna get 4, I think. So I guess I'll go with zombie. It's got to be 2 or 3.
All right.
Let's go with that.
Zombies, your vote. Okay, number 6 is actually mummies. And I think that's because they're the easiest ones to avoid.
Right.
Don't go to burial tombs, and you're probably fine. Number 5 is mad scientists, although this would be the scariest for me, I think, because of the weird things they do. Number 4 is ghosts. So you are safe so far. Number 3, what did you say again? I can't remember.
Zombies.
Number 3 is zombies. So that's 2 points
baby.
for Z. But you should have picked number 2, vampires. And number 1,
Number 1 is werewolf.
werewolves. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I would not have picked werewolves.
I told you, man. I've seen things.
Oh, yeah, someone said I forgot to add extraterrestrials. That's true. That would have been a good one.
That would have been
Put in
number
there.
1 for sure. I'm
All
sorry.
right, we're back
If
to you.
think werewolves are scary. I don't messing with no ET.
Well, anyway, the score is Chat 9 and Z 4. You can still win this. All right, so we're back to annoying things again. Which of these is the most annoying? Remember, people can vote for multiple things. So here we go. First, a program shutting down before you can save it.
Like old people problems? Like, I mean,
Number 2.
is it like the modem disconnects? Is that going to be one of them? I mean,
Number
this is a
2,
throwback.
slow internet. Slow internet. Number 3, being on hold from customer service. Number 4, your charging cord doesn't work. Number 5, printer jams. Number 6, pop-up ads.
What?
I want to know which of these is the most annoying.
I want to know why you were having a momentary midlife crisis when you came up with this question. What is this? Most annoying. You're denied that loan for your new convertible. What is going on? I did not write any of those down. This question threw me way too much. Let's do it again. Pop-ups.
Programs shutting down before you can save it.
Is
Slow
that
internet.
thing anymore, Vassal? All right. Okay.
No, it's not a thing
No
for
s-
Word, but it's a thing for a lot of other programs and a lot of
Don't
things.
use those programs.
Or people type a long thing on the internet and the web page closes before that posts.
Is evil. I will give you that. Okay. No
All right,
save.
slow internet, being on hold from customer service, the charging cord doesn't work for your phone, I guess, and printers jamming, and pop-up ads.
Okay, let's see. Printer jam. No charge. Slow internet. No savey. And I'm missing one.
Printer jam, charging cord doesn't work, pop-up ads, being on hold from customer service.
On hold. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say printer jam. Printers, I still say to this day, which is kind of weird with the things we've accomplished, are still a supreme mystery to everybody. I'm pretty sure anybody who says they are a printer repairman is straight lying. There's someone who just came
They
off
just keep
the
on
street.
plugging and plugging it back in.
That person is a vagrant who came off the street and is going to pretend to understand the unfathomable reality of what a printer does and how it works. I'm sorry, no. So that's the top one. That's the top answer for me. Printer jams, that's when you throw the printer out and you get a whole new printer. Let's see. On hold is not so bad. Who cares? You're on hold. That's 6 for me. Pop-ups, that's pretty nasty. But again, you can get around that, so that's 5 maybe. Cable doesn't charge. We're gonna go with 4 for that. And slow internet and no saving of something. Slow internet, 3. No savey gets 2. Yeah, slow internet is gonna be it for me. Let's go with that.
So you're picking slow internet?
Yeah, I'm
All
hoping
right.
that the crowd is a little younger than you expect them to be.
Number 6 is printer jamming.
People don't care about that. That is unholy, okay? If Printer Jam had been on the list of monsters, it would have been number 1.
Number 5, the charging cord doesn't work. And I have to say that you talked about people being young or not. That's my kid's number 1 complaint at my house.
No,
Some cord doesn't
charge.
work. Number 4, pop-up ads. Got
All right.
92 votes. Number 3, oh no, I'm sorry. Number 4 was actually, being on hold from customer service was 77 votes. Number
Okay.
3 is pop-up ads. So the number
Okay.
1 and 2. So you Would you pick again? Slow internet.
Yeah.
Number 2 with 103 votes compared to 137 is the program shutting down before you can save it. Slow internet. Number 1. That's another point for the people, giving them a total of 10.
All right.
All right. You can't win at this point.
Crowd. It's a young crowd, baby.
You can't win at this point, but you can still come in well. So we're going to keep going on with things that annoy us.
Go ahead.
All righty. This is a question for the audience. This has nothing to do with me, all right? I want to be clear on that. But this is when they get this, they say, I'm tired of hearing about. So here's things that you're tired of hearing about on the internet. Number 1, how Monopoly isn't a good game. Number 2, Wingspan is winning too many awards. Number 3, there are too many games coming out. Number 4, Kickstarters are taking too long to deliver. Number 5, what game should I get for my significant other? Number 6, I found a great deal at a thrift store. Which of these do you think people are tired of hearing about?
Okay, so how Monopoly isn't good, how Wingspan is winning too many awards, how too many games, too many games?
There's too many games. People complaining there's too many games coming out.
Coming out, okay. What else?
Kickstarter's taking too long to deliver.
Okay.
What game should I get for my significant other? And then the people who brag that they found, Blood Rage Rising Sun for $1.33 at a thrift store. Or just, I found a great deal at a thrift store.
At a thrift store victories.
Which of these is like your personal one you're tired of hearing about?
Let me see here. Gosh, I don't know. I think the significant other one, the whole hey, what I just saw a post actually about somebody on BGG who was like, what activities or games should I get to prep my baby for future gaming?
You sent me a link to that.
And I was like, say what? So that one, my significant other has played Clue. What are the next 3 to 7 games I should get them? And I'm like, dude, really? Come on. Just have it be organic. Ask them. How about you ask them? So that's the one I really find too annoying. Let's see. How many Wingspan lovers do we have? Too many games coming out? That's baloney. People are not sick of that.
This is the closest vote of all the ones we've done so far.
Store victories. Who cares? Kickstarters are taking too long. That should probably be pretty high. Wingspan, that might be high. Oh, man. I'm going to go with Tom. Things that people are annoyed of hearing. I'm going to go with too many games coming out. This is a total shot in the dark. This one, I have a really hard time ranking this one. People are sick of hearing how there's too many games coming out, because that's preposterous and baloney. Balagna.
All right, so the lowest one here is I found a great deal at the thrift store with 23 votes. 35 people, what game should I get for my significant other? So that must not bother people as much as you thought.
Okay.
Then when you said it, it was number 3. There are too many games coming out. And
so I win.
Monopoly isn't a good game. Now they've switched places with 73 and 72. But when you said it, I froze it. So Z gets 2 points.
There we go.
And
I'm winning now. I'm currently winning.
Was Kickstarters are taking too long to deliver with 89 votes, but Wingspan is winning too many awards. People are tired of hearing that. So stop saying it, everybody.
Oh, man.
All right, so final score. Chat with 10, Z with 6. That was a reasonable showing, right? You didn't do too badly.
That's a C+, babe.
All righty, folks. Well, that's the game for today. We'll be back in a bit after these contributors. Don't forget to go back to the beginning of the show and enter our contest.
Hi, everybody. I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games.
And today, we're going to talk to you about another one of our favorite family games, Planet.
Published by Blue Orange Games.
Yes. And so this is one of these games that You look at it and you go, oh, it's kind of simple because it's got this little spear, but really it's not.
No.
It's a lot of fun. You've got terrains on here, and what you want to do is put terrains on your planet core that will attract different animals to your planet.
Now tell them how we started, the little history behind this game.
Well, when we first saw this game and we played it with a group of people, and they had the rules wrong. Yeah, and I'm not a rules person, but you need the right rules so that you can play the game right. I didn't like it because I thought, it's simple.
I liked it.
Yeah, he liked it. He likes all kinds of stuff anyway. But it was like, it's simple. I don't want to play simple. But after my husband went and bought it and we played it again.
She was mad at me. She was mad at me.
It's like, okay, I love the strategy. I mean, you can be young and play it. Our son loves it. It teaches you about animals and the terrains that they inhabit. I mean, it's a great buy for your family.
This is a family game.
It's a family game.
If you want a family game, this is it.
Yeah, don't let this fool you. This is not simple. There is a strategy to it. So you want something that's going to challenge you, but also your kids can get in on it and learn something.
And you can have some fun. Because it's all about fun.
Yeah, it's all about fun with your family.
Who wouldn't love building a planet? Your own little planet.
Your own planet. It's so cool. So that's really all we have for you right now. We want to tell you about this game, Planet. Hope you'll get it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love it. I love it.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye. Have a great breakfast. Bye.
Hi everybody, welcome to Perfect Pairings. Today we're going to be making Monty, which is Turkish ravioli with a tomato butter sauce and yogurt dressing. I prepared the dough ahead of time. It's a very simple recipe. We're going to roll this out until it's a 1/16 of an inch thick, very thin, and then we'll cut it into 2 by 2 inch squares. So for the filling, we're going to have a 1/2 pound of ground meat. We have venison here. And you're going to grate, it's very important to grate 1 small onion and then 3 tablespoons of parsley. And we're going to mix it up, and that's going to be our filling. And take about a teaspoon of the meat filling, roll it into a ball, and then you'll make a little ravioli out of it. For the tomato butter sauce, you'll take 4 tablespoons of butter, melt it over low heat, and then you'll add 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce and 1 teaspoon of paprika. We're going to take our raviolis and put them in the boiling water for 5 minutes. About then, you'll have to check them and then scoop them out, and they're ready to eat. And we think this pairs well with Istanbul.
All right, so that was another good meal. We hope you enjoyed that. We've never made, I don't think you've ever made Turkish food.
No.
Lexi loves a challenge, and we thought of Istanbul, which is Istanbul, Turkey, based in Turkey. Yep. And you are a merchant in this game, and you've got several assistants, and you're trying to collect gems in your cart. So with that, I think we're just going to go ahead and call it, call this one done, call this one wrapped, call this one folded, call this one folded call this one pocketed like a ravioli. So thanks for watching. If you did want to see the full version of this segment, you'd have to head on over to our channel. But in the meantime, enjoy your breakfast.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, well, today we're talking about Greed. This is a nice family weight game.
Okay, so speaking about family, one of the things that I've been doing recently to try and just maintain health in my life is I'm going for really long walks with the girls. They're long because they're slow, but we go about 2 to 3 miles every other day. And it's because I had a goal to be running a certain amount, and I can't do that right now. So instead, I'm just walking that amount with the girls so I can still get that mileage. So just remember right now that if you are taking baby steps in the right direction, those are still in the right direction. And so just be proud of yourself for that.
All right, so like I mentioned, Greed is a family weight game, but that does not mean it's a family themed game.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
In this game, you are in control of a gang, and you are acquiring businesses so that you can launder your money through those businesses. You're getting thugs to do your dirty work for you, and you're overall just kind of being a scumbag. You are not the good guy in this game.
Okay, so the mechanics of this game, the drafting mechanics that happen, you draft the cards before the game even starts, and then from there on out, you're drafting a card that you're putting into your hand, and then you're choosing from your hand to play a card. And I just thought that was really, really neat, but I hate the theme, so I don't want to play it.
Yeah, this is not a game that we're going to keep in our collection. It's just not a family game that we can play with our kids. Not that we have to play all our games with our kids, but it's nice when we have the option to at least. And so yeah, if it's a game, if this is a theme that does not throw you off, and that you are into card drafting games, check it out. This is a fun one. But otherwise, for us at least, it was a pass.
If you'd like to hear our full thoughts, go ahead and find us on YouTube or Facebook under Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. So everybody, this is Ryan. I'm Bethany, hoping you have a happy, healthy breakfast.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Oh, hello everybody, and welcome back to 20 Questions. Bloop. Tom, are you ready for this, Tom?
Dude, we pile drived you last week.
Yeah, you did. And so this time I picked a game that they only made 7 copies on, and I own 2 of them. So I'm really cutting into my possible audience that might have ever seen this game, never mind own it. So
answer number 1, Wingspan.
Oh, all right, fine. Here it is. Wingspan it is. That'd be great. So, folks, same deal as last time. 20 questions, but Tom, ask me questions that you yourselves put in the chat. So start throwing those out. Yes, no questions. I've got a stack of chips right here. I had a stack of chips right here. And we're going to be burning through these as Tom goes for these questions. If he wants to, he can flip them over on the other side. Half of them are nothing. The other half is broken down into 5 good ones and 5 bad ones. So, Thomas, let's see if you can figure out the mystery game of the day. Are you ready? You think you're ready?
Yeah, my just to clarify before we start, my headphones went out for a few seconds. This is a board game, right?
Nobody said that.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it's a board game. Yes, fine. It's a board game. Huh?
Cameron and Marco want to know, is it co-op?
No.
All right, flip the chip.
Nothing.
What was that all about? What happened to your demeanor on that question? That was not a weird question.
Maybe it's a difficult question to answer. You don't know that. You
got
don't know.
You got all like weird there. All right.
I did. I know. It's a clue, Sherlock.
Can you play solo?
Yes.
Flip it.
It's a bad one, sucker. That means I burn another one away, folks. So he's down 3 questions. And this spells the end of the game for you, Tom. You'll never get it now. You needed that one.
Manuel wants to know, is it Kickstarter?
How am I supposed to know that? I don't know. I think no.
Type the name of the game and then the word Kickstarter, and it will pop up if it was.
I don't think so, Tom. I don't think it was.
All right. Flip it.
Nothing.
Is it smaller, says Ferg, is the box smaller than Ticket to Ride?
Smaller than a bread box?
No, Ticket to Ride. Although I keep my bread in Ticket to Ride.
It's smaller than Ticket to Ride.
Yes. Inside. Flip it.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad again, baby.
We may have used our luck up last week.
6 questions down. You only have 14 questions to go and a million possibilities.
Biz Ghost says, is it best at 2 players?
No.
All right. Flip it. Is that another -1? I believe there was not shuffling occurring.
It was shuffling occurring. I'm sorry, buddy. This is nasty now. I'm going to have to help you out with the letters if you ever hit one. 2, 4, 6, 8 questions down, 12 to go.
I'm not asking this question, but I think it's funny. So it says, do people complain it won too many awards?
That's great.
All righty, where am I? Right. Wow, we got a lot of good questions here. So, all right. In your opinion,
yes,
is the designer famous?
No.
Ooh, flip it.
It's a nothing chip.
All right.
You are down 9 questions.
Conrad says, does it have cardboard coins?
No.
That was a very specific question.
I know. I had to be like, oh, no.
All right, flip it.
That
I'm
is
going to flip till I get a
nothing.
good one.
Okay.
All right.
That's 10 down, 10 to go, my friend.
Nick says, is it worker placement?
No.
Flip it.
That is a good one.
What does that give me, a letter?
That's going to give you
Or
a letter.
question? Any question I want is what you said? What platform does it?
Here we go. You're going to get a letter. And the letter is...
It's going to be E. Who cares?
I
Boring.
don't know that. Why would it be E? Not E. That's it. That's the
Naughty?
kind of clue you're... Not
It's a
naughty.
naughty game? It's the Dice Tower, Garcia.
I is the letter. I, as in, I'm sorry,
naughty.
I said naughty. All right, I have a question for you, Thomas. What is the highest ranked game on Board Game Geek that is only for 2 players? Go.
All right.
So
I'm
look
going
at the
through the
comments.
top 10.
You can do this out loud if you want to.
Well, see, my first thought was Seven Wonders Duel, but I think Twilight Struggle is ranked higher, so I'm going to go with Twilight Struggle.
And that's why they call him the Vassal, folks. That is correct. Twilight Struggle is the highest ranked game that is only for 2. Now, Star Wars Rebellion is higher, but it's technically not exclusively for just 2. You know what that means,
I don't know.
you?
Here's the problem, though. I will accept your judgment, but had I thought of Star Wars Rebellion and said it, I would have argued for a long time that I was correct.
Well, I'm going by BGG. BGG says it's a 2 to 4 player game.
Yeah, whatever. All right,
Here we go. You want another letter or not?
I'm agreeing with your judgment. You're always right. As long
Right.
as it suits me.
Here we go. Oh, not that letter. Anything but that. The letter is N, as in not any other letter.
All right.
All right, what do you got? Here we go.
Got 9 questions left. Chris says, does it have meeples?
No.
All right, flip it.
Bloop. Nothing. You are 12 questions in, 8 to go.
I love these questions. Someone has this in a game I should get for my significant other. I love in stuff.
That's
Is
That's
it played
great.
on a bandana?
That's awesome. You've been watching, my good sir or madam.
We know who
That
we know who the people who watch a Dice Tower.
I know, that's great. That's great. Oh man.
Let's see. It doesn't feature awkwardly seductive fried eggs on the cover. All right, come on, folks, stop it. You're making me laugh. Doesn't have a player aid. Come on now. I gotta go through here. Well, no, but that won't narrow it down. So let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna go with some more wide open games here. Cameron says, does it have cards?
Yes.
I guess we'll flip it. We already hit 3 of the bad chips.
Good.
Give me another letter.
Here
Better
you
be
go,
a-
buddy.
You know, one of the things I always know is that if Z is giving me multiple letters, that means it's not a short title, or he wouldn't be able to pull it off.
True. All right, the letter is M. M. All right, I have another question for you, Tom. And I'm going to be asking you what you think the crew is ranked right now. I only need you to be within, what do you think, 50? You're within 50. I'll give it to you.
It's definitely moving up in the rankings. It
So
probably
again,
hasn't
you
hit
could be
top
50,
100 yet.
50 on either side. If you're within 50 on either side.
That's pretty generous of you. I'll say
Okay, never mind 10 on
337.
either side.
337.
You know what? That's what's particularly creepy. You're exactly at 100. You're exactly 100 off. Exactly. It's 237.
Really? Oh my word. Okay.
When I said 50 on either side, your brain was like, so 100. Got it. I can do this. 337.
Alrighty. That's cool.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Yeah, 237 right now. I am not giving you another letter because you're probably going to just read my mind for the missing letters anyway. Go ahead.
Let's see. Is it based on a well-known intellectual property?
Yes.
Oh, I already wrote no. I was so sure that was a no question. I don't know if I want another letter. I mean, not that I want one letter. I'm afraid to take it -1. Okay, flip it.
Flip it?
Yeah. Woo! So lucky.
Dang it. You have an R as well.
R.
So many letters, Tom. So many letters. You've got 4 letters already. You know so much. And you've got 6 questions left. If you don't get this, I'll be honestly disappointed.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Meat.
What do you got?
Meat wants to know, does it use an app?
It does not use an app.
All right. I'm not flipping it.
All right. 5 questions left.
Did it come out before 2010, says S. Peters.
Need to look for that. It did not come out before 2010.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
No flippy? No flippy?
No, we're not flipping anymore. No more flips.
All right. No more flips. Okay. 4 questions left.
Let's see here. Aaron says, does it involve deck construction?
No.
Okay.
No more flippy.
Nope, no flipping.
You have 3 questions left. Are you starting to get nervous? Be honest with me. Be honest.
No, not really. I feel good with the crowd here. Does it use dice?
No.
Says Dan. All right. So I have 2 questions left.
You have 2 questions left.
All right, folks, I'm going to review what we have, and then we'll make 3 guesses here. So It's not co-op, but it is solo. Well, you can play it solo. He didn't say it was solo, but you can play it solo. No one ever asked that question. I was going to ask it, but no one asked it. It was not a Kickstarter. It's smaller than Ticket to Ride. It's not best at 2. The designer's not famous. There's no cardboard coins or meeples in it. It is not worker placement, but there is cards. It is based on a famous intellectual property. There's no app involved with the game. It's 2010 or sooner when it came out, although it's definitely not 2019 or 2020 because he wouldn't have paused so long, unless he was being trollish, so be careful. There's no deck construction and no dice. And the letters are MINR, but you can see those on the screen. So there's that.
Okay. I see what's up. Hive mind. I understand.
That's how we win these things.
Well,
We are Dice Tower. You will be assimilated.
Oh, no. The Game Snatchers.
Ooh, I do like that answer. I like that answer. I'm going to ask that one, Nathan. I don't know if Z's ever played this game, though. But
what do you mean?
Maybe.
Of course I played it, man. What kind of question is this? Assuming I haven't played games?
All right. Well, this is Nathan's guess here. So we're going to say 5-Minute Marvel.
No, I haven't played that. No, that's not it.
I'm not flipping the chip, but I will flip the next one.
Why?
Because
I have played 5-minute. I played the 5-minute first one, whatever that first one was. Not the Marvel, though, the spin-off, the themed one. Bloop. Mm-hmm. You're in trouble, Tom. I don't think you're going to get it.
Yeah, I am actually wondering now.
I don't think you're going to get it. This is too obscure, I think. You can't deal with this. My deep cuts.
Yeah, but I'm always worried because every time I've got it wrong, then someone's like, "I said it in the comments
I
six things
said
ago,"
it
and I
12
look and I'm
minutes
like,
ago.
"Oh." Like, oh man.
You should just say every comment you should say out loud and watch my face. That's what you should do. And then if I go, then you know that that's the one. Because my pop poker face sucks. Pop poker chips, pop poker chips. Nom nom nom. Pop poker chips, pop poker chip. Oh.
Apparently, a lot of people who are giving me things did not hear the question. It's not co-op. So please stop saying Marvel Champions.
What does co-op mean?
No, don't even be that way.
It was the very first thing you asked. I will say that it was the very first thing you asked, and I gave you a weird, pausey, kind of strange answer. Yes.
You did. Wow. You did.
Why? What could that mean? What does co-op mean?
What does is mean?
Is means it embodies something.
Someone says they're so lost. I'm there with you.
Hmm? Come on, Tom.
I had some good guesses. It's the IP thing that throws me off.
Based on intellectual property, based on something?
Fine, I have to guess what people say here, so I'm going to say,
go ahead, go.
This one, I don't think it's it, though. And that is it Die Hard, Nakatomi Plaza?
No. That's your last one.
No, I want to
keep
flip
guessing,
the chip.
Man. Oh, it's the nothing chip. All right, you got one more guess. Your final guess. You are not anywhere close. I'll tell you that. You're not even near it.
Well, I don't disagree with you. Again, we got to go through all the clues. There's a lot of people that thought it was Onirim, but the fact is Onirim's not based on any kind of property at all. It's just a made-up weird world.
That is co-op.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. It is co-op. It has to be a box smaller than Ticket to Ride.
Very small.
So it can't be things like people are guessing Battlestar Galactica. It can't be that.
Gosh. No. This is a tiny box. It's about the size of my hand.
I am lost here, actually, and I think so are all the people. Man, I believe we've been had here. I'm going to guess the first game here that fits all the answers. Most of the answers given have failed for some reason or other.
All right. What do you got? What do you got so far?
Nothing. That's the thing.
What kind of question?
A lot of people are saying Sherlock Holmes multiple. Some people are saying Sherlock Holmes, but the fact is that's not small as your hand.
Okay.
Then I'm cutting out any game I know that you would never play.
Okay.
Discworld is not small either, folks. That would have been a good guess too for him. Oh, okay. I'll say that one. That's a good guess. Does that work with the letters? Hang on, I gotta go back.
Yeah. That works.
Yes. Okay, that works. All right, we're gonna say Game of Thrones, Hand of the King.
Oh, that's a good guess. That I want to say plays well at 2, though, and you cannot solo that, okay? This game
yeah, you're right.
This game is only for one player, okay? Hence the co-op question is kind of tricky.
That's the thing. When you said that, I thought, well, I wonder if it is only solo, but no one ever asked that question, so I couldn't do it, and I feel like it's against the spirit for me to give people a question that I can then ask, right?
So it's their failure, not yours, is what you're saying.
I'm definitely blaming the people.
This is a solitaire-only game. The well-known IP, H.P. Lovecraft's Mythos, baby. It's all about the tentacles and beasties and murders and monsters. And the game is called Arkham Noir.
Oh, that was on the tip of my tongue there. You're right.
Yeah, I'm
That
sure.
is super obscure.
This is Arkham Noir case number 1, based on some Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft stories, and there is a case number 2 as well, and it is a card game, purely a card game, in which you're trying to solve cases in a very abstracted way. It's got a really cool look. It's all black and white. It's very interesting. This is one that I might be playing solitaire on the channel here, folks. So stay tuned for that. If you just want to know more about this quirky, strange little game, I'll be featuring it in an upcoming week.
When we both tilt our games to the difficult side. Alrighty, folks, it's your last chance to enter the contest. Do it now. And we got some more contributors. Here they are.
All right.
Hi, Stella.
And Tarrant here, and we are talking today about Skulk Hollow.
A 2-player game, exactly 2 players.
Yep, designed 2-player, asymmetrical game. One player plays the role of a little band of 10 foxes, and the other plays the role of a huge beast, represented by one of these. And it's just a brilliant little idea for a game. So there's a simple 3x3 grid for a board, represented by that. And the foxes and the beast character will sort of move around on that board, and then when the foxes get in the same space as the beast, they will leap up onto the beast and start attacking. And so you just get this fantastic visual of a huge monster who's like terrorizing everyone, but then all these little foxes start jumping onto him. And he's like, how do I get rid of these little foxes? And that really comes out in the board game.
It takes a few plays, I think, to get the strategy right. I thought I was so powerful. I was the monster in our game, first game. And I thought I was so powerful, and then I didn't realize my mistake until later on, and where I get weaker, I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I think it definitely takes a few plays to get an even contest out of it, because there's definitely some subtlety there. But once you understand how those strategies work, it ends up being a really neatly balanced 2-player asymmetrical.
I can't wait for the expansion to come out. I think they say that it can play up to 4 players as well, and we'll bring out different characters. So this is already like a few different characters here. So that's Skulk Hollow. Hopefully you enjoy that. We are Meeple University on YouTube. Also on the Dice Tower for how to play videos and pocket playthrough. See you next time.
Hey there everyone, it's Jen, the board game librarian, flipping some pages and pushing some cubes with my segment From the Page to the Table, where I pair a book and a board game that share a common theme. This week we're going to travel back into some of my personal history with a book that I read and loved called Dancing on My Grave by Gelsey Kirkland. So Gelsey Kirkland was a prima ballerina with the New York City Ballet. Gelsey was a wonderful dancer in her time and shares a lot of what it took for her journey from as a child at the bar and moving out onto the stage and the spotlight. If you didn't know, I danced ballet and pointe for 10 years. It's something that I miss quite dearly, and that is why I was super excited to do a preview when it came out on Kickstarter for On Point, a Dancer's Journey. It's a ballet board game. By Elisa Prasad, published by Analog Game Studios. This was successfully kickstarted back in 2019. So this is a game for 2 to 4 players, 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. What Elisa has done here is capture kind of the spirit of what it takes as a dancer to move from the bar all the way out as your journey to be a prima ballerina. This is a wonderful game for children, especially those who are looking to have a great gateway starter board game. What I love about this game is that it's super girly and that it's quite feminine as well, which I don't think there's quite enough board games out there that appeal to that audience. That is all for this week. Dance on and happy breakfast.
Well, hi everybody, I'm Doug Jr. and you're watching a Fellowship of Meeples. Now, this is not Doug the Third. This is actually my son-in-law, Kevin. And Kevin, I appreciate you joining me today. This is my oldest daughter's husband and the father of Charlotte that you met in our last episode. So, once again today, I'm going to let Kevin pick out the game that he would want to play. We've played a lot of games together.
Yeah.
So, he has a pretty good idea of some of the games that we have. So, we're going to let Kevin go to the shelves, pick out the game that he would most want to play, and then we'll see how close my prediction matches his choice. All right, well, we're back. And this is the game that Kevin picked off the shelf, Scythe. I love Scythe. I had no idea. I did not get it right.
Really?
Yeah. I would love to play Scythe with you anytime. I love this game. This is a great game. Actually, what I had picked, I thought you might enjoy Formula D.
That was my other. I was picking between two, actually 3 different games.
Yeah.
That I enjoy. I do like Formula D though.
We've had some fun with Formula D, and you're kind of a NASCAR guy anyway, so
yeah.
But no, I never would have guessed Scythe, but
yeah,
it's a great game. It's an awesome game. So, well, there you go. You don't always know. Sometimes you just got to let the other person pick, and you may be surprised, and sometimes you may have to make a little compromise, play something that's not your favorite. But remember, it's not about the games; it's really about the people. So just enjoy gaming with people, especially these days when those opportunities don't seem to come along as often as they used to. So, hey, that's it for today's episode. I appreciate you watching. Be sure and come back and see who's on next week's episode of A Fellowship of Meeples.
Hey! And that is it for another board game breakfast. But before we go, we're going to tell you who won here, the contest. We have 2 winners. We have, first of all, congratulations to Kevin Mercer, and then Tomas Razinski, I believe is how you pronounce that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We'll email you with the information on what to do next. And if you missed out on this, of course, you can still check out the Kickstarter. It's running, Kickstarter Blood and Sand. And you can also see my review of the Kickstarter, not Blood and Sand, Kemet Blood and Sand. Kickstarter Blood and Sand is a very different game that some of us play every day. Kemet Blood and Sand, so check that out. All righty, well, that's it. We're going to be back later on today at 2 p.m., so just a few hours from now, talking about all the Spiel des Jahres winners over the past 41 years, and we're going to declare the ultimate best one. No
holds
argument.
barred. No holds barred. Mano a mano, all of them, right? It's going to be correct. Like the glory of the Colosseum with very proper German award winners. It'll be interesting.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. And thanks to all our contributors for doing a fantastic job. Thanks for Roy for running everything behind the scenes. Until next time, I'm Tom Bassel.
I'm Z Garcia. Thank you, everybody.
Have fun gaming.
Bye-bye.